Hey everyone, hope you're doing well, hope you're staying safe. I'm about to give my mom a call here and ask her some of her favorite memories of me growing up playing soccer. It's been a couple of years, so hopefully she's got a few, but we're going to find out. I'm looking forward to chatting with her and wishing her a happy Mother's Day. What's great is you're 45 minutes west and we're doing this via Zoom call right now. We make it work.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I'm excited. I'm really interested to hear some of the different memories that you have of me growing up playing soccer. Obviously, you got to see it all. I probably don't even remember all of them, but you've been there from the beginning. So I guess that's probably where we'll start. Do you have a first memory of me kicking soccer balls around?
Yes, 3 years old, playing for the YMCA across the street from our house. And the one game that stands out in my mind is it was pouring down rain on a Saturday and you scored a goal and you came to the sidelines and you said, I can go home now, I'm done. And I said, you're not done, that's not how it works, you have to stay for the rest of the game. You're very disappointed that you had to stay through the rain and your mitts were wet and cold. And it was just a lot of encouragement and positive reinforcement to let you to keep you going and staying out there on that field, because you thought all you needed to do was score the goal and that was it, your job was done.
So I was retired pretty early, if not for you, huh? So it sounds like I got you to thank for getting the kick balls now at this level. Sounds about right though in Seattle, growing up there with all the rain. I miss that sometimes though, especially right now in the heat. So
yeah, for sure.
As far as getting used to the weather here and helping me kind of acclimatize to, it's a little bit different than where I grew up for sure. But no,
it is.
It's actually a memory that I remember you sharing a couple years back, and it's something that I tell kids when I'm talking with them now, whether it's at school or when we do visits. The fact that I didn't really love being out and playing soccer all the time, that it took a little bit of time for that passion to grow. And I think one of the things for you that was incredible, and all my parents, and you especially, was helping me kind of follow that passion and cultivate that passion. I think you did an amazing job, and it allowed me to play for some really good teams in Washington. And is there a team or an experience in youth soccer and growing up that stands out for you?
I think so you started playing rec at a local community team called the Stingers, and you're playing with your friends, and we had some like neighborhood dads coaching, and so it was just a fun environment for you, and you just had so much fun and you just loved it, and you just enjoyed being there, enjoyed training, and it wasn't hard to get you to be a part of that, because I think to you it was just going out and playing with your friends.
Yeah.
So that was easy. And then I think your first rec team, your first select team, I remember, was Silver First.
Yeah.
And that was exciting for you because you and your best friend Anthony were like the go-getters, speed demons on the team. You were always scoring. So it was the duo, the two of you were just like burning up the field. And so again, it was super easy because you wanted to go play. You were having so much fun. And I don't think it was really that much hard work for you at that time, because it was still just something you really loved to do. So that was kind of...
I think that's probably the first and last time anyone's used the word Jordan Schweitzer and speed demon in sentence when I was 11.
Yeah, 10 or 11. So that was, yeah.
I hit my peak speed then.
You were ahead of the curve at the time.
Yes, I stayed now. I can remember growing up near the house and playing at the elementary school on the dirt field there. That was the best experience, and I remember making the jump up to club, and I think the first team I played for was a B team, right?
I think so, yeah.
Back when I called them B teams, and it took a bit to get to play with the top team And I think that was Atlantic, and getting to play with some of the best kids in the area was a great experience.
Yeah. And I think you're right. I think that jump though right there was when you started to realize that if you really wanted to play this game, you really had to put in the work to get to a level that you wanted to be at. And so then it became all the hard work and, grueling trainings and really pushing yourself over your limit of what you were comfortable doing, which was then, that training was exhausting or made me sick to my stomach, or, that was the whole different leap of just going out and having fun and playing with your buddies to, okay, this is what I really want to put my heart and soul into.
Was there an age where it became clear that I wanted to be a pro soccer player? Is there like a switch that happened for me, or a time when you think, oh, okay, like you kind of hit on it a little bit, but like, is there a time where you're like, oh, this is more than a passion, this is a dream now?
Yeah, it was actually, you're bridging from elementary school to middle school, and they had the mother's tea, and everyone had to write a little sort of wish or future plan, and it was all up on the wall for every kid, and you had written down there you were going to be a professional soccer player, you were going to buy me a house in Whistler.
Yeah, hey.
But it was a good dream, and
one day.
Yeah, and so it was right there, and then I was like, oh, okay. Wow, he's actually putting it onto paper as a goal, so that's huge.
You're like, I'm getting a home in Whistler. Here we go.
So I'm gonna encourage this and support this as long as I can. He's buying me a house.
Someday, Mom. The day that I signed back in Seattle, what that was like for you?
Well, that was just so overwhelmingly emotional because, again, we knew what your goals were, we knew what your ambitions were, and then seeing you work so hard through college, we of course wanted to support and make sure that you got to that next level and did whatever you could. So us knowing how hard you worked and how much time you put in, it was just a wonderful emotional moment that you signed pro, and to make your dream come true is amazing, because there's the small percentage of people that get to do that.
Yeah.
So wonderful, and of course signing as a homegrown was sweet.
Yeah.
To have you back home after 4 years was nice. To have you in the city, and it was just a really thrilling moment, thrilling day. I remember where I was actually when you called and said you signed. So. I was sitting in a casino bar.
Hopefully you got lucky that day too.
I don't remember if I won that day, but.
From S2, that first rookie season, baby Jordan, short hair. No 12-year-old beard that I'm sporting now.
Yeah. One of the first things that comes to my mind is the game you played against Vancouver Whitecaps in Vancouver, and you scored 2 goals.
That doesn't happen often.
Your first brace. First and only brace. And actually, your second goal was in like the 80th minute to end with a draw, and you guys came away from a road trip with a draw against them, and it was pretty spectacular and really exciting. Yeah. So that was a fun moment for sure. And then think about it though. We had talked about this earlier. So your first actual professional goal, ironically, in Phoenix.
Yeah.
And we were here watching you play. We didn't live here at the time, but watched you play, and you scored your first pro goal here.
You guys were out here looking for a home, right?
We were out here, house hunting. Came to your game. Brought our realtor.
Did you really? Did you get a
Our realtor and his wife came to the game, and you scored your first pro goal here. So that's kind of ironic.
Yeah, wild to end up here. And that was when they were Arizona United.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but our assistant coaches, Blair and Rambo, they both played. I don't,
Oh, they did?
yeah, I don't know if, I think I remember Blair playing or Blair, I can't remember. And I don't know, maybe Rambo played. I'm going to have to ask them. But our two of our coaches played in like
Oh my gosh.
at that time, and I think might have played in that game, which was
Funny.
wild, right? Funny how that happens.
That's wild.
But no, I remember you being up there and giving you a wave after scoring and trying to share that moment a little bit with you. And
Yeah, it was huge. It was very exciting.
Jordan Schweitzer again with part 2 of my Mother's Day edition. I have an incredible stepmom named Carrie, and she came into my life at a very early age. And to many of my friends and obviously my family, she is Mama Carrie. She is very much a mother figure in my life and has been. And I can't thank her enough for all that she's done. And for this Mother's Day, I wanted to do a video to say thank you. So, Carrie, this is for you. Kind of looking back at all the different experiences that we had on and off the field besides soccer, I can't thank you enough for all that you've done. And trying to think about some of the moments of growing up, I can remember obviously the biggest moment for me being Hawaii and you and Dad getting married and realizing how happy you made him and what you brought to my life. A lot of stability and someone to chat to and someone that was always there. That was what I really remember about, especially the early age. And as we get into some of the soccer things, I can remember some rec stuff, but nothing really like stands out until getting to be on the Sublake Atlantic and kind of some more of those trips and the car rides to practice and you helping out with carpools with friends and teammates and I remember when you took on the role of taking photos for the team, and I loved it. It was great to have you there. You guys were always there, and to have you a part of the experience and to be able to see the photos after. And I can remember times during like stoppages of play or when the ball went out for a throw in, I can remember just kind of like seeing if I could find where you were at and seeing if I could catch a look. And you were always so focused though, which was incredible. And no, I can remember those moments from that and from driving down and doing the road trip with everyone to California and doing Disneyland. And I think I kind of has spoken a little bit about it, and especially to you, it's going to be the people that I've met, the places that I've been, the experiences that I've had in playing soccer, and you're a part of so many of them. And I can remember there was one where I think we were going to an Atlantic practice, and my lips were really chapped, and you gave me a like lip plumper or something that it was like kind of, you're like, oh, it'll work. It's kind of like chapstick. And I had a nasty reaction. Like my lips were big and there was a ring, like a red ring. And of course, my friends in the back are losing it. They're having a phenomenal time with this. Or maybe it was just Rachel. I can't remember exactly. But I remember you being like, it's going to be fine. We'll figure this out. And ended up getting me some Benadryl. But needless to say, I've never tried lip plumper again, which is probably for the best. And I think a lot of the times that I remember moments like from there and going on to other clubs are the moments that we would get to drive in the cars together. I think that was always our time to chat, and I don't know, I always cherish those moments of just being alone with you in a car and being able to talk about life, and trying to get you to take me to Dairy Queen on the way home, which by the way, I've never been successful at. Not once in my youth soccer career did I get, maybe one, I don't know. In my head, 0 times did we ever stop at Dairy Queen and get a blizzard on the way home from practice, but I definitely tried, and I loved having those little jokes with you. As I got older, it was, being there for high school soccer, being there from moving on to the Sounders Academy. And one of the things that I remember most about that time of academy, other than getting to enjoy playing in front of you guys and getting to play with friends, I remember it was the first opportunity that I had with the Sounders reserve team. And I remember getting called up to be on the bench and how excited I was. It was, again, as a kid, it was the dream, was to play as a pro, and being so close to it, having the opportunity to get called up. And I remember it was against Vancouver, and most of the teammates that I had went in. I think almost all of them. I think it was maybe just me left on the bench. And I was devastated, to be honest. I was so excited for the opportunity, and you guys all came out, and I was so excited to get my first sniff of pro soccer. It's something that I had dreamed of, and something that I had worked for. And I can remember driving home after the game feeling gutted, like I don't know, didn't deserve the opportunity, or just very much caught up in my own head with the experience and kind of feeling like I had let you guys down. And I can remember getting in the door, you guys were already home, and you were laying in bed in your room, and I was just really distraught, and I was sad, and you made it very clear that it didn't matter what I did, that you guys loved the experience, that it didn't matter that I didn't get in. It was coming out and seeing me in that environment, and it was getting to watch me warm up. And it's taken me many years to realize the lesson that you gave me there of enjoying the experience, not necessarily attaching any expectation to it, to just live, try to do your best, live, and whatever happens, happens. I think that was a big part of the lesson, but the thing that I took away in that moment was just how much I was loved and supported by you, that it didn't matter what I did on the soccer field, that there were things that were bigger to you than just that. And that was exactly what I needed to hear. And there were, and I can even remember you saying, there'll be another opportunity. And there was, and I was able to get a couple of minutes against Portland in a reserve team game, and you were right. You're generally right. And that's a theme that will continue to come up for me in thinking about you and my life in regards to soccer, is just being very supportive and being a very helpful and healthy dose of perspective and reality. And you've always seen the bigger picture in things. And again, it's taken me some time to really appreciate how amazing that was for me. So being able to do that, and I remember finally going to Denver and me moving away. And you guys came out to the first games I played at in Denver. And I remember it was really hot. You weren't expecting it, and you had to go out and buy a dress and buy some clothes so that you weren't sweating uncontrollably like the rest of the world in Denver at that time. I think it was like 95, and you had brought jeans and a sweatshirt thinking you were going to be in the Rocky Mountains. And I remember showing you the dorm and introducing you to teammates, and you guys were there for my very first start as a Denver Pioneer. And I remember, and I still have, bear with me. And I remember you folded me $1, and I've had it in every locker room that I've ever played in since. And at the moment, it's in my wallet, but this is the dollar you gave me the first time I started for Denver. And so, just something small, but it was a little token from you, just a memento really that I've held on to ever since. And with you guys being there and getting to see me grown up a little bit, at least, and starting to have my own place. It was a dorm, but just being extremely excited and proud to show you the things that I'd started to do at Denver. And as time went on, we were able to see each other in Portland when we'd go play University of Portland, and every game getting messages from you and the rest of the family in Washington, and getting photos of you guys wearing your Denver Pioneer sweatshirts, and I couldn't thank you enough